ton of redfish. And everything I'd blue jay. And everything I'd heard turned out to be true. And everything On this episode of The Hook, we spent some time with country music artist Stephen Paul in his home state of Louisiana. Is it Boudin? Boudin? Boudin. The first thing we decided to do when we got to Louisiana was stop in and get some traditional boudin. We are rolling through deep south Louisiana, and we saw a sign for some authentic Creole or Cajun boudin. Fixing to see what Billy's boudin is all about. Right, Justin?
That's right.
Justin likes boudin.
I like anything that's got fat in it.
He likes food.
So I guess people love Billy's boudin. Oh my gosh.
Boudin is a Louisiana thing. And apparently, we weren't the only folks who wanted to stop and get some. So leaving empty-handed, we headed across the Pontchartrain Bridge to pick up Stephen at the airport in New Orleans. Once we got to Venice, Justin fried up some speckled trout, and we got our licenses squared away for the next day. The next morning was foggy, so foggy that we couldn't get out on the water. So we decided to grab breakfast at a local spot called Changes.
It's way too foggy to fish this morning, so we decided to hit the local Changes cafe, so we're getting fogged in with the coffee instead. Some biscuits and gravy.
If you're looking for the best breakfast in Venice, probably the only breakfast in Venice, and you want a 32-ounce frosted mug of orange juice, then Changes is the place for you.
Frosted mug of orange juice. That's awesome.
Once the fog cleared, it turned out to be a beautiful day. So we got out on the water with Blake Rigby from Triple Tail Charters. I've heard about getting to the Gulf via the Mississippi River. So when we first booked this trip, I was really excited to experience it. It's hard to describe how big the Mississippi is at the Gulf and how much water it's actually moving. This is a really interesting spot because we have the Mississippi River coming in, and then we have waves coming in just like they would on a beach. So you have water coming together. It's pretty cool. This section of the Gulf is known for having a ton of redfish, and everything I'd heard turned out to be true. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the gear that we used on this trip. We used a handful of rods and reels from 13 Fishing, but specifically the prototype TX reel, spinning reel, and the Omen Green rod. This one's a medium power, fast action, 7-foot 2-inch rod. I feel like this was a perfect combo for these redfish because we were fishing from a boat, weren't casting really far, and there was a whole lot of hook setting going on. We're wore out.
We're just getting started.
Got so many fish, my arm's hurting. Before I come back to Venice, I'm gonna have to do curls for a year.
You got one of those chairs I can strap in?
On this trip, I chose to wear Hook's Icon X Performance Fishing Shirt. A lot of the places we fish, the sun can be brutal. And as you can probably tell, I already have a sunburn from my previous trip. So knowing that I have a breathable shirt with UPF protection is a huge relief. Before we headed back, our creative team, Matt and Justin, wanted to go to the bank to get a few shots from a distance. And Matt was making me a little bit nervous, walking through the water with that red weapon in his hands.
Oh. Yeah.
One of the things we love about Yeti's Hopper Series soft-sided coolers is that they make really great camera bags. The Panga series is really awesome for hauling around all kinds of stuff and keeping it dry. But the padded coolers make a really good case for any of our camera gear. Venice is an amazing place, and it's going to become a new regular hangout of mine because the fishing is so good there. Thanks for watching The Hook Behind the Scenes. Be sure to keep following us for more great fishing content. On our next episode, we head to Baffin Bay, Texas, with my buddy Darren to fish with country music legend Robert Earl Keen.